Got ourselves a replay from Galroch and Scumbag. Vampire Coast and Nurgle, and a very unique Vampire Coast build at that. Nurgle taking some of the new stuff. I don't want to say place your bets, but choose your fandom. A wild, pure depth guard build with the Gallows Giant or the Nurgle new stuff. For the Nurgle new stuff, we do have a Toad Dragon, just a regular old Toad Dragon. Marauders and Chaos Warriors of Nurgle with some Plague Ogres with great weapons supporting them. That's about it there. Chaos Lord of Nurgle on foot. Sword and Shield did bring the Father of Blades and then his Rot or Die. Spreading corruption. Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle with Fleshy Abundance and Curse of the Leper. I hate Curse of the Leper. I think it's a useless spell. I fucking despise it. It's trash. 8 wins of magic for some half-assed melee defense. Melee damage reflection. It's meh. It's meh. On the side for the Vampire Coast, we have all Depth Guard all day. Triple Depth Guard with Pole Arms, one of which is the Bloody Reaver Deck Guard. Triple Depth Guard regular. Count Noctilus on foot with his Summons, Wind of Death, and Invocation of Heck. And then the Gallows Giant, of course. Did a little bit of damage to the Chaos Warriors, but he's going for a side shot down the Marauders, and this should be significantly better. Let's see it. Yeah, that's good damage. There you go. Making me a bit sad there at the start. Toad Dragon used a breath attack, somehow didn't do too much with it. Looks like it aimed at like the very edge of the depth guard, which is a shame. Oof. Good follow-up charge though. Takes like a fifth of the health off those guys. And Gallows Giant tries to line up a shot, barely squirts off any fire before just abandoning it. Rip in peace, but really good charge for the Toad Dragon. Already took out like a third of the depth guard's health too. The big monsters showing up. Toad Dragon does have the Rot or Die popped. From, of course, the Chaos Lord. It's not like it's his, but man, he is taking a ton of damage on the way in from these halberds. As he also deals with the depth guard. Marauders of Nurgle already getting pushed off. Some others still trying to set up a longer flank. As Chaos Warriors of Nurgle fight with these depth guard. Depth guard should be able to win it, but I wonder by how much. Plague Ogres are in. They're dealing with a whole bunch of halberds, and they don't like it at all. As Noctilus burns summon after summon. He already has 2 summons out on the field trying to slow down the Nurgle tide. Already, he's almost lost 1 depth guard. Another one's getting pretty low. Well, I shouldn't say pretty low, but it is missing like a third of its HP as it starts to heal up for Invocation of the Heck. Depth guard pole arms taking a lot of damage. The Plague Ogres are about to rout. The Chaos Warriors of Nurgle aren't feeling particularly great about this. And what is that? Curse of the Leper is out onto Chaos Warriors of Nurgle, trying to give them a little bit more damage. As a good breath attack comes in from the Toad Dragon. Down the side of the Bloody Reaper Deck Guard. Taking half their HP. That is nothing to scoff at. Damn. Damn, dude. Okay. Balance power is equal-ish. Slightly Vampire Coast favorite. The Gallows Giant is still full HP and nearly full ammo, so that's going to be a big boon to the balance power, but I wonder how much he's going to be able to actually do as the fight has closed in around him. He'll have a much harder time getting those big shots off that he really wants. Though he gets 1 burnt there and actually routs off Marauders of Nurgle despite being nearly full HP. Wow. Okay. Toad Dragon nearly heal capped. It's rolling through more depth guard. Some pole arms, some not. Mostly just taking damage. And what can Nurgle do against such fearless depth guard? Some Noctilus' summons are fading away. Gallows Giant's trying to shoot at the Toad Dragon for a little bit. Not doing too much damage to it, but that you know, lowering its leadership, I guess. It's something. Fecundity is out trying to heal up the Plague Ogres and these Chaos Warriors of Nurgle. We're getting all of the buffs. They have 34 melee damage reflection right now because of Curse the Leper and Rot or Die, but it wears off just as I get excited about it. 2 Chaos heroes trying to fight Count Noctilus to the death. Noctilus shouldn't have a good time versus them. He has a halberd character and they're both on foot. I mean, he just has generally impressive melee stats, but still, it's not like he's spec'd to deal with this. Toad Dragon is routing. It doesn't have natural regeneration. It'll probably return to the fight. It can use its last breath attack, hopefully to good effect. But it'll need healing if it's going to be effective in the rest of this game. Nurgle still has some Chaos Warriors. They still have some Plague Ogres that are trying to chase down a Gallows Giant right now. Occasionally getting swings off. They could kill that thing, that would bring the balance power right back to about even. As these Depth Guard are almost dead. These other Depth Guard are almost dead. Bloody Reaver, Deck Guard are holding on for now, but the healing cap is in sight. I mean, if Nurgle can hold on, they might be okay. I guess that's another full health Depth Guard. God, everything's a Depth Guard. No Mortis Engine for Nurgle. And they're missing it. But they wish they had Kugath about now. As Noctilus throws out a Wraithstorm to poke down the Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle. Bit of his HP, ends up chucking him around. And the Toad Dragon is back in, uses a Breath Attack onto a clumped up Depth Guard. Really good damage down from that Breath Attack. Toad Dragon's having a good day. Charges straight through those guys, gets some good damage out. As he's supported by Marauders and Chaos Warriors on each side to try and help deal with the Halberds, but the Gallows Giant keeps him honest in the leadership department at least. Bloody Reaver Deck Guard are about dead, so are these other Depth Guard with pole arms. Chaos Warriors still trying to hold. No, those are just Marauders. Marauders trying to hold next to the Lord. Damn, if those were Chaos Warriors, I might have had a little more faith here. Ooh, Fleshy Abundance, healing up the Toad Dragon in the last second while he charges in. We have 3 Depth Guard in here that are all crumbling, getting very, very close to dead. Can the Toad Dragon hold on long enough to get rid of those guys? Its healing is cut in half by the Gallows Giant Fire, and its leadership is reduced too much by the burn, so it ends up routing again. It only has 1 route left until it is shattered. And that is darn unfortunate, though. Zombie Pirate Deckhand's Mob gets summoned and, like, immediately dies. Look how much damage they took. Fecundity is out to heal the 2 heroes of Nurgle. It doesn't catch the Toad Dragon or any of the infantry because they weren't in range at the time. But still, as we have noted throughout the whole game, the Depth Guard are getting worn down. We still have 1 with Halberds over there. 1 regular here that's nearly heal capped. And of course the Gallows Giant, but again, he is very inflated on the balance of power considering the game state. He's not particularly good against either of the single entities. He's not great against the Toad Dragon. So, you know, if he dies, that balance power would be much more towards the middle. And I don't actually think he has that much left to do in this game. He's done a good job clearing out the Marauders and Chaos Warriors throughout the game. But it's not like he's going to help with single entities. And the single entity fight will determine who wins this. As the Depth Guard try and whittle them down, they are busy beating up Noctilus. Gallows Giant kites away from these Chaos Warriors who are rejoining the fight as Noctilus uses yet another summon out. They immediately get nerfed down. Toad Dragon's trying to come back to the fight, avoiding the Gallows Giant for the moment, while Chaos Warriors of Nurgle get stuck in with some Zombie Pirate Deckhands mobs once again. Oof. Tough break for Nurgle as they do lose their Chaos Sorcerer. Now they're just down to the Lord, and that Depth Guard, while it is heal capped, it's still plenty healthy. So these zombies are going to fade away eventually because they're summons, but the Depth Guard will still be there. Still have a pole arms over there, but Nurgle is getting some forces back as Noctilus throws out yet another summon. You've got to be running low. Yeah, he has no summons left of any kind. Pistols tee off onto the Toad Dragon on its way in. It does get a charge off. It takes, you know, a good 500 HP on the way in, and its leadership is so low as it wants to get shot by the Gallows Giant. Leadership dips down to 12. Holds for now as more Marauders of Nurgle rejoin the fight, but the Toad Dragon's thinking about leaving already. The Chaos Lord of Nurgle is still trying to fight back against Noctilus. Rot or Die is out, giving leadership to the Toad Dragon when he needs it most, and he dives straight in, getting a bit of damage on the Depth Guard. Now, these 2 zombies are summons. They'll go away. This Deckhands mob is just fading of its own volition, but the Toad Dragon finally shatters, leaving Nurgle without a big spooky monster. And there, some of the summons are starting to fade away a little bit. Maybe that'll help Nurgle in the balance of power, but doesn't look like it's going to help enough, as it is tipping too far away into Army Loss's territory. Fecundity's not enough to save the Chaos Lord and his Marauders, so it looks like when these guys terror out, which they inevitably will, it'll probably be Army Losses. Terror out, Army Losses. GG. I mean, it was pretty close. It was pretty close. For Scumbag, I think he just needed to not have so much melee damage reflection, because it's neat in theory, but it doesn't really pan out when you could have, like, more impactful spells. I really like Rancid Visitations versus Vampire Coast. You can damage their leadership. so well and take them out. They don't have a ton of lords that can deal with Rancid Visitations effectively. Like, Noctilus can heal himself, but he has such a low HP pool that it's still worth it to just cast down him and kill him off. Depth Guard all did pretty well. Gallows Giant did very well. Noctilus did fine, so the whole build really doing good work. For Scumbag, his Toad Dragon and his Lord both did fantastically. Plague Ogre struggled a bit. Caster did fine. Then the Chaos Warriors of Nurgle did well. Marauders of Nurgle, not so well. GG.
Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.